Well, hello again. Let me just replace this camera. Here. Okay, hello guys. This video. Welcome to the Bushcraft channel. I just wanna. I think one of the last videos you saw maybe was the video about how I sharpened my knife on the DC4. I don't know where it is right now. It's the ha-no-kuromaku knife. Is it the what's the name?
Yes.
It's the ha-no-kuromaku knife. And one of the things was that you couldn't really get a mirror polish on the knife, but it was really sharp, as demonstrated in the video. So just go watch the video. I'm gonna show you how to make a mirror polish on this knife. Okay guys, so you start off with a lower grit. It depends on how deep the scratch marks are in your knife. Like if you've got really deep scratch marks, you would use a really low grit, like for instance 120 or 2 something else. I use 400 because I don't need to go any lower, and I think that's quite rough already. But you can go as long as you want. If you want to start on 1000, you'll be doing this step longer, but it's possible, you know. Anyway, so how lower the grit, how deeper the scratches go. That's why you also would build up in stages. Okay, and this is the way you would sharpen your knife to get the mirror polish, because this knife hasn't got that. See that? You want to look at yourself? You can't, because there's no mirror polish. I already made this joke in the outtake, but I thought it was so funny I would just make it again. Anyway, this is the way. This is also the same way how you sharpen a convex grind. This knife is Scandivexed. That means that your knife is kind of a mix between a Scandi, so it's Scandi like this, see, but it's a little bit. It's got a little slight curve to it, which makes it a Scandivexed because it's a mix. This is probably my favorite grind because it cuts through wood really easily. I like to sharpen it because you can exactly see the line which you wanna keep. There's a lot of how you would say that meat behind the edge. Yeah. So this is how you would, the first step to how you would kind of make your knife shiny and mirror, and also very sharp, because this is exactly the same way as how you would sharpen a knife. Yeah. So you want to make sure before you go to the next step that this is already kind of sharp. It kind of bites into your finger already. It doesn't really have to. It's not necessary, but I like to use that as a kind of a I just went to my 1000 stone, so this is my 1000 grit stone. Keep using water. I've got a little cup of water over here. Don't use too much because it will get wet. It's not necessary. This is a little rubber mat that I use for my stone to keep grip. I place my camera on a slightly different angle on base of an advice that Martin gave me, because the video was how do you say that, going up and down because I was pressing on the table. So this is 1000, so this will give me a lot more of a mirror polish. Normally it's very important as well that you always check your edge. You keep checking your edge if it's in the right angle, if you've got all the edge problems out of it. If not, you keep on grinding, keep on grinding, keep on grinding. And the whole, if you would go for a Scandi grind, you would just place your Scandi flat and push it forward like this, and do it the same way, and you will count strokes, like for instance 4 by 4, 4, 4. Whereas with convex you just put it forward and backward and rock it forwards and backwards a little bit. I think one of the best knife sharpeners I've seen on YouTube is probably Wako on his channel Virtual Vice, which I learned a lot from. So if you want to check out his sharpening videos, this might be a good one as well. You can see certain techniques you don't see with the others. You see a lot of his technique in my sharpening. I mean, if you sharpen your knives a lot, you'll learn your own stuff, you know. So keep on sharpening. Keep on doing it. Don't forget to add water if your sharpening stone gets wet. Don't press too hard. Don't press too soft. Don't press too much in your stone. Keep it to an angle of probably. I'll show you my angle. How do I get this in film? You can't really show you. No, can't show you. Can't show you. I'm not gonna do it. So, and every time, if you want to go for the ultimate mirror polish, you always check, have I still got the scratches of the previous stone in my knife? If you still have, keep on grinding on the present stone. Otherwise, you're never going to get them out. No matter how long you straw push and go, whatever. Just keep on doing it. As you can see, I've now continued to my 3000 grit stone. If you want the best mirror or whatever, the best mirror, you might want to go for you might want to go for extra steps. So like 2000. Yeah, that's the only one actually between 1000 and 3000. But anyway, I'm just going to show you a rough mirror, but if you do this as long as possible, you know, it depends on how perfect you want to get it. Like if you want to completely mirror, you'll probably be busy for a long time. And I mean, I need to go to bed in a minute because I've been awake for 45 hours already, you know, and I need sleep. No, those are jokes. People don't want you to hate me. Very funny jokes as well. Okay. In the end, I will show you as well. I've got examples. I've got places in my knife which are more mirror as other places, and that's exactly the example I can give you. What happens if you skip stones, or if you progress to next stones too early. But you can see the mirror finish at the end. I mean, that's shot of that. Just do the same as that you're doing on all the other stones. So now I'm just gonna repeat the progress in on this very ugly 5000 stone, which belongs to Martin. No, joking. It's a Shapton 5000 stone, and I think for mirror polish, the step from 3000 to 8000 is, or might be too big. I mean, I've never had any problems with it, but you know, you might. I'm just trying to make a good video. Well, this for me will be the final stone. It's the 8000 stone, the Naniwa Snow White, and you could get a mirror polish ready if you stop with the 3000 stone, which I always used to do. So you don't need to get a 400,000, 2000, 3000. Just 400,000, 3000. You get a mirror polish, but how higher the grit of the stone, how better the mirror polish will be, of course, because it would just polish more of the scratches away and make it finer. And anyway, blue paper steel, in my opinion, doesn't get the best mirror because every steel gets a different mirror grind, or mirror polish, I mean. And I think 01 steel gets a really nice mirror polish. So, and I know that's a really popular steel. Okay, well, after using all the stones, this will be the mirror polish that it's got on this knife. And I mean, you might think, wow, that's not that much, because yeah, you can see it in a right angle like this. It's a good mirror. And what you also can see that this knife is laminated. So here you could see a little bit. You could see a line. You see it more clear, which is more mirror than the rest because it's laminated. So it means that the blue paper steel is in the center and the outer layers are not. And over here you can see scratch marks that I didn't take the time to reprofile with a fine stone, or I mean with a rough stone. So anyway, the last step, which is in my opinion the most important step, is get the strop marked with a black and white compound. This is what you do, no problem. And then the funny thing is that if you do that long enough, your knife completely changes and becomes this knife. No, joking. I'm just joking. Just making a joke. You do that long enough. Start with the black compound. I like that compound. And then, if you can see that now already it looks much more mirror. You can see this line much clearer. I don't really like my appearance if I'm that close to the camera. Then you go over the white compound, and the way you do that is tilt the knife in the angle that it just about touches the leather with the edge. So it's not, the leather is not going across the edge or hitting the edge or whatever is how you would name it, but it's just scraping, it's touching it. Because you don't want it to go dull again, you want it to go sharp. And that's also kind of the trick. You want to make your knife look really mirror, but you don't want it to go. You don't want it to go dull. You want it to go as sharp as possible. And if you've done it the right way, then your knife will be scary sharp. Okay. Well, this will be my end result, and I would say that's pretty mirror. See a bit of filth over that. So, but this is really mirror, and you can get it more mirror if you use finer stones. But yeah, it's a mirror. And to demonstrate the sharpness of it, of course, again, use the hairs. Oh yes, they're gone. Paper, Martin, paper, please. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and ta-da! The sharpness is there, and the mirror. So I made the same video with this knife, which also when I was also sharpening it on the DC4. And it got also really sharp, but it didn't get this mirror polish, and this is what I also like aesthetically. I mean, I think it looks good. So, this is how you sharpen a knife and make it look mirror, and that's how you do it. Don't forget to tilt your knife if you want it in a convex way. Just keep on rocking it. If you want it scanty, keep it flat. Martin will make a different video of that. If you want to look good, go to a hairdresser, otherwise you look like me.